Hi everyone, we are here with Jeff Grell. He is the owner of Grell Construction. How are you today, Jeff?
I'm doing great. Beautiful weather out there. We're on the cusp of winter. It looks like we got another little bit of Indian summer before it all kicks in.
It does look like we're getting a little bit of a break. So for that break, if people haven't really planned far out enough in advance, what do you suggest that these are the projects that they can get done right before winter flows in?
Well, it's real important. We've had a couple of storms come in already. We had our first snow. The last one didn't really deliver too much, but we got a ton of wind, and the wind brings down a lot of pine needles, which fall on the roof, which fill up the gutters, which cause a problem later in the winter as things start to build up. You know, the snow loves pine needles. It's like an insulation on your roof, I guess. But I would suggest to people get the roofs cleared off before the snows come. Clear the gutters out. And if you had wind damage, it could have been a fence blown over, it could have been a loose gutter, it could have been anything. Maybe those things need attention.
That's really good advice because, you know, we're so used to heavy winds in this area, but we forget that heavy enough winds cause things to come displaced and loose, and you might not always recognize it right away. So maybe is it a good suggestion to just call someone like yourself to come out and say, hey, can you just do a quick check around?
Yeah, it's always worth having somebody come out and have a second set of eyes to identify issues that may be going on in the property. You may have a tree in the backyard that came down. You know, I've got a great tree guy that can take care of that stuff. You know, and maybe it's the pine needles have just gotten so thick on the roof that how do I get them off, and who do I call? I just did a project and did 32 roofs and cleared. The pine needles were 6 inches thick. They've been there for years.
Wow.
And but that can cause a leak in the roof because the water gets into the pine needles, which soaks in, and then water finds a way.
Yeah, that's some really good advice. You know, the other thing you said earlier when we were talking is about you like the smaller projects.
Well, yeah, I like small projects because typically you give good amount of attention to them and get in and get out. So depending on what it is, it could be a small remodel. It could be, you know, something around the house. But yeah, typically each year I take on a couple of big projects, and then I take on a bunch of little ones. And you know, I've got a bunch of good clients, and you know, it seems like something's working because they call me back.
All right. Well, thanks, Jeff, for joining us. You'll see his website come up or his information come up on the screen. So don't hesitate to call Jeff.
Have a great day. Thank you.